Oh, wicked. Right, how is it all rocking? Let's go. Okay, awesome. Right, you've probably noticed that the whole title has changed. It's because I am planning on starting on making a new game. And it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be awesome. And hopefully, right, if we actually sort of crunch the numbers, I think Rumpletown took me maybe a year and 3/4. This one here, I reckon I can do it in a year. But I have no idea. So that's kind of partly, some people kind of do planning. I've done a lot of planning in my head, and I've got a really cool idea. But what we need to do first out of everything, is we need to make an overworld. And so my plan is we're going to make an overworld, and then we're going to work from there. So what I have done, I've created a whole new Unity project. I'll explain everything that I've done just so that it's not looking too overwhelming. Barely anything, right? I want to do everything here. In fact, why is this window should be over here with his buddies? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Everything. In fact, let's go move over that side and then that over there. Okay, right, yeah, now everything is back to normal as to how I like to see everything. Right, so what are we going to do? We want an overworld, like in Super Mario World. It makes me happy every time I see it, and that is what I'm looking to do. So what I've been doing when I've not been streaming is I have been making, like, essentially a tile set for the overworld. And we are going to try and make today some sort of system where I can create overworlds, almost like where I can actually design and create them myself. I think the best way is just to make a start, I suppose. So we first of all we need to make 2 game objects. One which is going to be, we've got to come up with a good name for it. So first of all, sprites. Let's go here. Create a folder called prefabs. So yeah, the only things that I have done, I've got these 2 core scripts, which I just keep from one to another. And I've just created an empty script here that we're planning to do something with today. That's a bit small, isn't it? Let's go make it a little bit bigger. Oh yes, Alex Simi, how's it all rocking? Let's go. Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm excited though. I've got I have got an idea in my head as to how I'm going to make this game. Yeah, you've made it. Oh wow, oh my gosh, hello. Oh, Code Red Games as well. Oh, awesome. Oh wow, how is it all going? The thing which I always get slightly worried about is when you're making a game right from the beginning. It's like you're thinking, oh, it looks like he's. Yes. It looks like he's just been lazy and it's like, no, trust me, this is all fresh. There's exciting stuff to be had. It's like I think in DuckTales, with Scrooge McDuck, I remember watching the opening cutscene and seeing the one where Scrooge McDuck is in space, and I never got to see that episode, and I was so frustrated. Whereas now it's like, oh, that was one of the first ones, and you never get to see it. Whereas this is, yes, right. It was about time. So that Code Ram, that will be explained, hopefully over the coming year. And just to make everything really more awkward, the easy way to pronounce it would be JLEQ. But that's not how you're supposed to pronounce it. You're supposed to pronounce it all as one syllable, and it's going to be slightly awkward. It's going to be JLEQ. Right? And it's going to be frustrating for everyone, and I find it hilarious. So just to clarify, it's not as though I've stopped making Rumpletown. My main plan at the moment is it's mainly just I wanted to have something sort of fresh. So right, let's go do all of the basic things. So we're going to create a game object here. This is going to be called map creation game object. And what we'll do is we actually want to give him all of these friends here. So let's go like that, and like that. And let's go move this nearer the top, I guess, so we can access it slightly easier. And because of this mover script, I could have always made this better, but we actually need to make a number here, so maybe 100 is fine. That just limits the number of things that can be moved at once. And if I keep it at 0, everything goes wrong. JLEQ. Yeah, it's like even like sort of a year in or 6 months in, when you finally be like, oh, that's why it's called that. It still is going to be quite unsatisfying. Right, so we are looking to make right now a map creation. So there's 2 game objects that we need to make, and we're going to put in the prefabs. So create a 2D object sprite square. That's weird that I think I must have made an update soon, because square was at the top before, because that was like the most obvious one. I don't know why triangle would be. Anyway, does it? So if I'm honest, it's probably not going to be a card game. I've got it's going to be a kind of, if everything kind of goes into my plan, it's going to be a very unique sort of game. A little bit like a platformer, but I'm going to make sure that I don't have to rely on physics for anything. So, and I know you're thinking, how can you make a platformer like that? I know, I'm wondering as well. Right, so here we are going to have, I'm just going to call this map tile game object, and we're going to go create 2D object sprite square, and this will be map tile, map edit game object. So like I say, I'm making this up kind of slightly as we go along. So this will actually be a map tile. So let's see if I've got it over here. I think this is the one. Let me just get rid of this and this and this. So what we've got here is I've got a bunch of new sprites. So this is essentially my tile set, so that we can actually start making actually a game. And I think, yes, I've got green land here, map stuff here, land. I'm going to create another folder here, just saying green. This just makes it a lot easier when it gets a bit later. So over here, and we want to select all of this and chuck it in here. Oh yeah! Oh, fair play! Yeah. I'll still be rocking. So that's it. Is it a roguelike? Maybe. It's like, I think I've got this weird affinity for Super Mario World. Obviously, I love Super Mario World. It's a fantastic game, but the overworld map on it is just one of, like, I remember, it's like I've got such a good, strong, sort of powerful childhood memory from it, and I was just like, I would love to have a game that's got an overworld as like half as cool as the Super Mario World overworld. So yeah, that's what we're going to kind of work on today. Path, I'm just going to have grey, trees, create round. Yeah, so I've made a few sprites. We're not actually going to do the trees today, I don't think. Create folder grey and create folder purple. Oh, purpler. No, that's not right. Anyway, yeah, have a. I hope your cat's okay, and I'll see you in a bit. Oh yeah. But yeah, this is Alexili. Yeah, this is Unity. I did actually dabble with Godot or Godot or Godot. I'm not sure how you meant to pronounce it. And it generally, it obviously it seems pretty good, but like it didn't quite click for me. I think I might use it at some point when it's a little bit, even though you can use C#. I was trying to use the Godot language, and I just couldn't get my head around it. There's no curly brackets. I know, it's such a small thing, but I just really like curly brackets. I would actually say, believe it or not, despite what I've just said, Godot, I think there has a really nice. There's some really nice tutorials which, like, it's almost as though you just have to follow it bit by bit, and you can pick up information as you go. And so I was actually getting quite far into it, but I realised that whenever you're opening a function, instead of having curly brackets, you have to tab inwards, and even though that is a really peripheral nothing thing, that really frustrates me. So I was just like, nah, I'm not having any of that. Right, so now that's good. Yeah. So Unreal, it feels like, when I look at Unreal and I look at Unity, it feels like they're probably quite similar. But if ever you were to get into game development, I would actually recommend Game Maker Studio, because that one, you don't even need to learn coding straight away. You can learn it with logic bricks, right? Up until you realise, oh, hang on a sec, I can do all of this, but in code, and it's a lot easier. But the logic bricks are a really good sort of starting foundation. So I absolutely loved Game Maker. Yeah, right. So the edit one is, it doesn't actually need the sprite. I just created a sprite so that we could give it a 2D box. Oh, I think it's Box Collider 2D. Box Collider 2D. Right, that's good. And let's go prefabs, create a folder. We're going to have map stuff. And we can just put both of these in here, and we'll work out where we're going. Right, so what we are going to do first of all is we have this. Yeah, we're going to have to. Obviously, I realise I'm starting everything from the beginning, so we don't need this for the time being. Oh, we need to just grab the path as well. One sec. I've just closed the folder. Where did I put the folder? The folder is JLEQ. It's over here. Landscape, grey path. I just need to copy all of this as well. So I've got 256. What? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I needed to move it to the other screen so I could do it. Yeah, so it's 256 tiles. That covers any kind of path or anything that we're looking to make. So the idea is when we're connecting bits of path together, it'll look good, hopefully. But yeah, like, kind of, it does take a while. But I think if ever you were to get into game development, try and learn generally just raw coding, because once you've learnt coding on its own, without outside of that, it makes game development a lot easier. Right, so I don't think we need this now. But what we're going to do, I kind of want to just test to see that our mouse clicking ability is working. So there's multiple things we need to do, and I'm hoping I can get them all. So I think if I go Ray, I think Physics 2D Raycaster, right? None of this really makes an awful lot of sense. I'm parroting this because I can't remember the exact purpose as to why we do it. I just know that this works. So what we're trying to do right now is make it so that when we're playing the game, we can click on something and it will react. That's all we're looking for. Oh, right. Oh, fair play. Oh, wow. Awesome. Oh, in that case, yeah, in that case, I would say, I mean, yeah, Game Maker is very good if you're not particularly good at coding and you're looking to learn it. Whereas, like, I think, to be fair, I think Godot is probably easier to pick up. So I would probably recommend that. But obviously, Godot is primarily, I think there is a 3D, they have got the ability to do 3D, but that's quite new. So yeah, that's more, Godot's better for 2D stuff. Unity is, yeah, although obviously, as you've probably heard the controversy surrounding Unity recently. I'm not sure if you have, but they essentially changed their pricing system so that you'll, yeah, tap tap dig. No, I haven't. That sounds cool. My personal quest is to guess what JLEQ means. Yeah. I won't lie. Like, I reckon you would probably be guessing until the end of time. Like, that it's a combination. It is. I mean, I'll give you that. It's a combination of 4 words, but like, I genuinely don't think you would ever get it. Right. So we are going to get map edit go. So we want to make it so that when we click on this, something happens. So what we also need to do is go UI and then create an event system. I think it's event system. That looks about right. Yeah, event system. Okay, and then in map creation scripts, we're going to create a new C# script, which we're going to call map edit. I think I'll call it map edit tile actually, script. Because you have to do quite a lot of very specific things to get this to work. Tap, tap, dig. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I mean, you're still far off, but one of those has actually got 2 of the correct words in. That is I'm giving you that for free. I mean, that is incredible. The fact that you've got. Right. So let's go drag this on here. Oh, actually, no. Get rid of that. Remove component. So we're actually going to change this to map edit tile go, and then we want to add it on here. So I think I can just chuck it on there. That's good. And then edit this script. Right. So now using Unity, I think it's unit dot event systems. That's good. Okay, and then we want to have I pointer down handler, and then there's a good reason why this is red. This is giving us it's a patronising red squiggly line, because we need to make a very specific function here, which is going to be public void on pointer click pd point event data pd debug.log. Does this work, with some exclamation marks? Okay, all right. Something's wrong. Oh no, that needed to be put on pointed down. Okay, yeah. So, like, again, it's because I don't really understand a lot. There's certain bits of coding that I've never fully grasped, but this now should work. We're going to test it, and then I'll explain exactly why I needed to be really. Yes, yes. And no. So yes with the quest one, but no with the other one. Right, so now let's just see if this works. If that does, I'll be really happy if this works first time. No, it doesn't. There's still plenty of things that I've probably missed. Oh, hold on. Oh, it does work. It does work. Okay. Yes. All right. So many very specific things had to happen for that to work, but it does. So let's not think too much. So we now have this. That's great. What we're going to do is I want to, in the map creation script, edit script, we need to get hold of. Okay, I'm just going to be 1 sec. I've just got a phone call. Ah, yes. Right. Okay, I think we're back. Everything's all rocking. Right. Let's rock. Okay, now to give you the heads up, the doorbell's going to go. I'm going to have to pick something up, but don't worry. That'll be another like little distraction that I'll have while I'm trying to put this together. So, right, map creation script. We need to let's go make this an instance because we're probably going to need reference to this quite a few times. So we're going to go public static map creation script instance. I always like to have it with like my variables with capital letters, and then we're going to go void awake instance equals this. Okay, so now we have made this a singleton, so we can access this. Not that there's anything to access, but we could hypothetically access this when we need. So what we can do now is go public game object map edit tile game object and public game object map tile game object. Okay, so we've done that. We just want to access these things now. So map edit tile game equals resources dot load game object, and then we'll find that path, and then we want to do exactly the same there, but with our map tile go, and then we're going to start putting things together. Right, so now that we've done that, we just need to go copy path, slam this in here, and this makes sure that it looks into the resource folder and goes prefabs, map stuff, map edit tile go, and now we've got access to it. But it's just Jennifer Lopez epic quest. No. So when I first started coding, I made a game that was like it took me about a year. You know, whenever you're making a game for the first time, you really shouldn't make a year-long project, but I did. And it was like just to, even on a powerful computer, just to open the project, like everything just was so slow because like the code was so inefficient. It was so bad that like literally if I tried to do anything, it's like it was so bad. But the actual game was surprisingly quite fun. And I feel like I kind of want to go back to like the original. I want to actually see if I can make a better version of the game that I made, like literally 10 years ago. And hopefully it's gonna work out. Right. So did I do this? I can't remember. Copy path. Nope, not yet. And then. And like, it's probably important to note now that I have a very bizarre, odd sense of humour. So now we have got we've got all the tiles that we need. I'm now going to go void start, and for the time being, I just kind of want a public X hold on. Yeah. Oh, nah. I think we're going to call it X. No, just public int width and height. That's fine. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is go. We want a public array, no, a what's it called, a 2D array of map edit. What's wrong with this? Why is that not working? What? Oh yes, I've done it in the wrong order. Sorry. Yep. Okay. Public map edit tile script, and then we're going to have map edits. I think is good, and I always like to have an underscore. So map edits. So and that needs to be a 2D array. Okay, we're back on course. So now we want to just straight off the bat create an array, an X by Y array, and I think to make life really easy on ourselves, we are going to go main camera. Kind of want this as a fixed thing, free aspect. Let's just say 16 by 9. It's fine, and we're going to actually just make them all one tile big. So yeah, let's work on that first. Okay, so let's have a look. Feels like, oh yeah, I haven't actually saved this. That's fine. Okay, so now public void create blank map. Int x, int y. Actually, no, we go, yeah, int x equal y. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll do a for loop going for int I equals not I less than x, and for than y. Okay, and now we want to have underscore map edits equals new map tile edit scripts x comma y. Okay, we're almost there, and upon start I want to go create blank map width and height. Okay, so now we've got this far, we're going to say underscore map edits ij equals instantiate map edit tile go, map edit tile go, new vector 3 x comma y comma, and then our favourite catchphrase, quaternion.identity dot get component, and we want to get this from it, map tile edit script, boom, done. Okay, so ideally what's going to happen as soon as we start, we're just going to have a big well, however big we want to make it. So let's go say 20 by 20. Oh wow, let's rock! The Grumpy Game Dev. Oh nice. Yes, you are witnessing. This is a whole brand new game that I'm working on, like right from the scratch, right from the beginning. So we're working on making a nice map at the moment, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do with it in a little bit. So at this precise moment, I just want to make a big grid of say 20 by 20. But yes, anyway, oh, one thing. I kind of mix between underscore and publics. Oh yes, how's your stream though? By the way, I've been enjoying your, is it gerbils? Yeah, I've quite often just had that on in the background. It's really nice. Every now and then it's been a gerbil stream, which has been awesome. Oh, guinea pigs. Sorry. I'm not very good at knowing different small animals. It's like, to me, it's either a hamster or a mouse, or, But yeah, that's really cool. Right. So I don't want to go full screen because that's not going to be useful at all. I need to play focus. That's it. This should work. So hopefully we're just going to have a grid that's going to be from here to here of squares. Let's go. Oh, no, because I didn't actually... I said that I was going to do it in my head, but I didn't actually do it. So if we go onto the map creation script here, and then we go 20 by 20, and we can actually get rid of this now. We don't need this. Right, okay, come on. Yep, I know why that's the case, because we've created them all at the same place. This needs to be I and J. Right, okay. Third time lucky. No, guinea pig. No, yeah, guinea pig is yeah, I'm not very good at determining. Ah, yes, here we go. Right, so all of these are actually individual squares that we can click on, oh yeah, of course, we can click on here and it will give us this debug. Now, I think for clarity, we've got to work out a way so that that everything just is sharpened up to this edge. So let's go make this. Let's just go make this a little bit clearer. So here, I actually want to go path and put that on there. That can go 0, 0. Now, yes, but we're going to do a little bit of changing. Let me see if I can get this correct. Sprite sort point, because I kind of want to make it, so it might be from here actually. I think, is it bottom left? And then apply. Yes, okay, bottom left. So we've got to remember bottom left, and let's just say this was 32 and apply. That fits there. Okay, they're all the key numbers that we need. So let's go open up all of this. Should have definitely done this in a slightly different order. I just want to check. I want to get all of these folders open. Yep, that's fine. This will just take a little while. We're going to select all of this. There's 1024, which is exactly the correct number. Pixels per unit, we want 32. We're going to pivot as to bottom left. This is going to be none, and we're going to apply. This might just take a little while. So so I'm at the moment I don't think so, because what I'm thinking is I want there to be a really nice overworld kind of like map where, you know, when you complete a level, it'll then, you know, unlock bits on the map and it'll undo. But I think this is going to be slightly less sort of like randomized. It's going to be I'm aiming for it to be a kind of skilled game where like kind of you unlock bits of the map and you can do new levels, and it's a whole fresh sort of game, I suppose. Right. Oh, that needed... Ah, man, I needed to change that to point filter. Never mind. Okay, right. A little bit longer. Actually, it's not going to take too long. So the reason I want it point filter is because it will make all the pixels very defined instead of smooth. Because I really, really like retro pixels. You know. So that's looking good. Okay, so now that we've done that, if I was to do exactly the same again, we should just have a bunch of 20 by 20 circles all the way over here. That's exactly what I'm after. Okay, right. So, all right. And actually, one thing that I kind of want to check as well. So the hitbox is still in the wrong place. So we just need to move that up a bit, which is no problem. And we're going to do some fun code to try and make it so that you can actually make a sort of path that connects as it goes around. Let's see. Let's go into this bad boy. And then this one here, we want to go offset. I think it's just by 0.5. 0.5 by 0.5. Okay, right. So this is fine, and we can actually, even though I've just done all of this, we kind of want there to be no sprite on this one. Okay, but this map tile, we kind of want to do also want to have no sprite. Right, that's good. Okay, so these are the map tile edits. Now we're gonna go public. We haven't created the script yet, have we? Let's go. We need to create a map tile thing. So what we're looking to do right away is just try and make the ability to create land and then so that the tiles actually work with each other. I've got a probably more complicated than it needs system, but it is a really clever system as well because it works under the it literally covers all the bases. So when you put one tile down, it will know whether it needs to connect to the next one. I say that as though like a look at I haven't done it yet, but it's just I've got an idea in my head as to how to do that. So that's good. Right, now let's just close all these folders. Hopefully we don't really need to open these folders ever again. There we go. Okay, so get rid of that. I'm probably going to hit some coffee shortly. So where are we up to now? So we want to create a C# script, map tile script. And I think while we're here, I'm going to kind of I'm learning from other things. We're just going to have master script, and I'm going to go create here, create a folder core, and we'll go create empty master game object. We're going to give this master script, and this bad boy can go into this core, and we'll edit this, and I've got to remember how to make so it will be public enum. We'll call it terrain type, and we'll go for null in capitals. Land path building, and then we'll worry. Yeah, at the moment this is not doing an awful lot, although it probably does for later. Well, let's go make it a public static master script. Like I say, I'm going in sort of many places at once here, but once I've kind of like, yeah, it's just the reason I'm doing all of this now. I could have done this off stream, but I feel like it's nice to actually witness it's like, oh, this is literally the openings, the beginning part of like the game, so you get to see it all right from the beginning, even when it's not necessarily the most exciting stuff. But hopefully we will have a nice map creation script by the end of the stream. Right, so master go there. Okay, that one I always like it just to be 0, 0, 0, and map tile script. Let's go into this one. We need a few little things. So public bool, it's going to be occupied, and public oh no, I might have to call it something else. I wonder why that's... I should be able to get terrain type from this. Okay, right, I've done something wrong here. Let's go change it to map tile type. Okay, now I've got there must be something that I'm missing here. Oh no, I see. Yep, I know what the problem is. This has to go... Right, hold on. Am I actually... Is this right? I think that's what I need to do. Although I should probably keep it underneath. Yeah. Okay, right. So what I've done here, I've created a whole new variable type out of nowhere called map tile type. And so hopefully, now that we've got that saved, public map tile type, and we'll have map tile type, but I'll do an underscore. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Right. Okay. We are well on our way. So that's good. So what we're looking to do now is we're just going to create public map tile script mapped tiles, but we actually kind of want this to be land map tiles. Okay, and then we also want to get hold of all of our just let's escape quest. So one thing, right, I'll give you this, even though this isn't going to get you anywhere closer. The second of the words out of the ones that you gave me earlier was actually the correct one. Just to narrow it down slightly further. The L. Right, public sprite land sprites. So now let's go get these land sprites. Let's make it Greenland. Equals, and now let's go get hold of them. Resources.load all sprites now we're just getting hold of the Greenland sprites. So I think it will just be this one here. I can just go copy this path, and then we just get rid of these bits here. So that's pretty much all we're after there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is yeah, we want to have as little code in this as we can, but we still need something. So public sprite renderer, and this will be map sr. Right, and we probably need to go void awake map sr equals get component sprite renderer. Boom, easy. Easy. Right, we're going to do something similar here, but we're going to go land map tiles. Land map tiles equals new map tile script. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, this is all good. And now we can actually, in fact, I was going to do a whole separate for loop. We can just chuck it in here. We go land map tiles. Yeah, we need a bit of space because there's going to be a few things I'm going to put here. J equals instantiate map tile go. Oh, look at that. It's done literally that. Sorry, yes. Okay, so I've got an ongoing joke where I say whenever the autocorrect does exactly, I imagine that it's a woman called Betty who's really helpful. So I'll normally just say something like, thank you, Betty. So yeah, Betty properly had me covered there. That is literally word, like letter for letter, exactly what I wanted. Right, so now we've created this, there's a few little things that we want to do to this. So land map tiles I j dot map sr dot sorting order equals, and I'm going to have 5. That will mean something later, but not really much now. So now, right, where are we up to? So, was there anything else that I needed to do? Oh yeah, that was it. We want to land map tiles I j dot map tile type equals map tile type dot land. Okay. Now we're going to go and actually what we'll also need to do is set the x and the y for both of these things. So if we go onto here, I'm going to have simply just a public int x, public int y, and we can just set both of these. But I also want that on Control C. Actually, this is going to get in the way now. We probably don't need that for a little while. X, Y. And we kind of want to set them both to that. So we're going to have underscore map tile edits I, comma j dot x equals I, and oh no Betty, you had it covered, underscore nah. Okay. Sorry, that was really gutting. That was really annoying. It's like, oh, you literally had exactly what I wanted, but then I pressed a button and I got rid of it. Okay, so okay, so we're going to have another function here, which will be oh yeah, and public map tile type current tile type, yeah, current tile type, yeah. So now that we've done that, we're going to so this one is going to be something where when we're making the map, this will swap over, right? But I'm going to default it to land. So now we go public void int x, comma int y. Oh, I haven't actually given it a function name yet. What are we going to call it? Create map segment. Okay, so switch current tile type, case map tile type dot land break. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to have land map tiles. We're going to obviously make this a bit easier. In fact, let's go. We want to have map tile script map tiles, I think, equals null. Okay, and then we want to go map tiles equals. So generally I use underscore variables when it's ones that are just temporary in a function. So this thing here, it's going to do its thing, then just get out of here. So for some reason, and I don't know why, I can't really explain, it's just that's kind of what I'm used to. So now let's just do a little bit of a safety check. If map tiles is not equal to null, then oh yeah, and let's do one thing as well. We want to go sprite sprites to use equals null, and then we'll go sprites to use equals is it Greenland sprites? Okay. Alright, so that this way we can sort of swap it, and then this is when we're actually going to change the tile itself. So now we're going to access land map tiles x y dot map sr dot sprite equals land map tiles 0. This will obviously, we're gonna, oh, what's wrong with that? Oh no, that I meant to do oh yes, although I've done I could do this a lot easier, sorry. That just needs to be map tiles, and that needs to be sprites to use. Okay, so we are almost be able to just create basic bits of map. We just need to have instead of this, we now know the debug is fine. We're going to now call upon our map creation script dot instance dot and I can't remember what I called my function. It was probably something create map segment x comma y. Okay, all right, now let's just have a little scan, because I think this will just create a very basic land on wherever we click, if everything works out well. Okay, so let's give this a try. Oh. Let's have a look. Why is that not working? Oh, I think I know. Oh, did I this is something that I've done before, actually. I didn't give it the thing, did I? So we need to give that. Okay, let's try that again. So let's have a look. Oh yes, right. Actually, believe it or not, this does look like it's worked. So now I just need to click somewhere here, and it hasn't quite worked. Let's go make that debug again, just to check that we haven't. Oh no, not there. Oh yes. I know what the problem is. Right, so let's just get this sorted. That one I kind of want at the top here. This bad boy over here, we actually need to set this to land. And hopefully we'll be... Yes! Okay, right, we can now create our map. Okay, very, very, very basically. Okay, but as you will see, these aren't connecting up because we've just created a very basic thing. And have you noticed I'm picking the top right corner because the camera is panned in on there, so I can go about there, but there's nothing more. So we can obviously, our plan is to make it so that the camera will then just click to the center of the central point of these tiles. So probably something like but we'll sort that out in a sec. Okay, right, now this is the fun bit. Okay, So, yes, I'm excited to do this. Right, so we're now going to do my probably slightly dated but incredibly fun method of getting the land to actually, like, when you do two bits together, they'll sort of like join up. That's what I'm excited for. So we're going to go public public int. Oh yes, also we want to say here map tiles x comma y dot occupied equals true. Okay. So yeah, this might take a little while and a bit of trial and error, but this will be pretty fun. So public int get key sprite number. So get key sprite number of x comma y. Int x comma y. Okay. All right. So now I've got these sprites set up in a very sort of particular formation. So let me try and work out. First of all, we actually need a little boolean. Public bool. Does this tile exist? Okay, int x comma int y. Okay, so yep, we're getting there. So if x is less than 0 or y is less than 0, return false. If x is greater than, I think it's greater or equal to, I could just stick with this height here for the time being, but I think we use this instead. We use this. So underscore map tile edits dot get length 0, and that needs to be greater or equal to, and or y is greater or equal to. So what we're doing essentially, in order, when we're making a map, when we're putting a tile down, we need to work out from everything around it what shape the sprite needs to be, and so what we're checking it around. But let's just say we do it at the bottom left, and it's saying, well, what's it one further bottom left from there or whatever, right? It will know that doesn't exist. So it's important to note that it doesn't exist, if that makes sense. So map tile edits dot get length 1. Okay. So then we go return false. So this covers. This stops any error messages. This is basically saying, does this tile actually exist? And then we can just go return true. All right. So now we're going to just try and work out our key number, and this is where this bit won't make an awful lot of sense, right? So what I'll do is I'm going to do a timer to see if I can put all this together in, say, 15 minutes, right, and see if this will make sense to anyone. But don't be offended if you're thinking, oh god, this doesn't mean anything at all. So 15 minutes. Right. Okay, I reckon I can do this. So we need to work out. First of all, we're doing the corners because this isn't just a simple. There aren't 16 tiles. There's 256, so that covers all of the corners. So if yeah, actually, yeah, we'd have to do. Okay, 15 minutes is so if. Does this tile exist? X plus Y. I'm going to just kind of do a few of these because we'll need 8 essentially. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so first of all, X plus 1, Y plus 1. If oh yeah, we probably as well need we need another variable here, which will be map tile scripts, a 2D array of map tile scripts, which we'll call map tile scripts. That's fine. So eventually we're going to put this in. We're going to essentially. I mean, I can actually even do it now. I don't think it's going to do too much harm. Yes, it is. Okay, we'll come back to that. So if that is there, we now want to know. Let's just try and work this out. Yeah. So if map tile scripts X plus 1 Y plus 1 dot occupied, then we're going to have int key sprite int equals 0, and then we're going to go key sprite int plus equals 1. I know I can do plus plus there, but this will make an awful lot more sense if I actually do plus equals 1. Okay, so we're doing the top right corner, then the bottom right corner. So actually, I think what I probably should have done was just go Control C, Control V. This will be incredible if this works, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Like see, this is why I love streaming, because you actually get genuinely useful practical advice. Yeah, done. I appreciate that. Tile exists. Yeah. So now we can go and first, and what we'll do right at the bottom here, we're going to go return key sprite in. Okay. So Y, so it'll be X, because we're kind of going clockwise, starting at top right. So bottom right will be Y minus 1. That'll be minus 1. And this will be plus equals 2. Okay. Like, so now we can Control C, Control V. And now it's X minus 1. I'm having to kind of like do the actions in my head. X minus 1, and that will be plus 4. Yep. And this will be X minus 1, Y plus 1. Okay. I think that's it, and then that needs to be plus 8. How cool will this be if this works? I'll be really happy. Right. You actually, to be honest, right? There is a genuine way which I used to do it, where I would have so what I'm doing at the moment is the sort of raw basic method that I'll be able to sort of cut down, because at the moment I need to they're very specific as to where it needs to go, and what I could do is instead of just changing these numbers, because this looks a little ugly at the moment, I can make a much cleaner version, but this is more like getting the sort of raw thing. Oh yeah, you can make an array. Yes. I tell you what, this is why it's so useful. I genuinely, because as it is, when I was doing this before, that is kind of what I did. So I did a big for loop, and this number is essentially doubling each time. I'm going to, that actually does make, you know what? Let's go for it. So what we should probably do is work out, this will be very clever. Yeah, this will be really good if we can do this. So int x coords and int, actually that probably needs to be coords. We just got to work out exactly what the numbers are. So yes, you are actually entirely right. So in fact, I'm going to still keep this here, so I've got a reference. What I will do, purely so it's easier, I'm going to complete it this way, but then we can actually make it. And if you think if it's doubling each time, it's just 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2. So we could just do 2 to the power I, and then that would essentially create this number. And so 2 to the power 8 is 2. Hold on, I think that's 256, but I want to just confirm. So, but yeah, anyway, yes, you are entirely right. List vector 2. Ooh. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. I like it. Yes. Okay. Yes. So what we could do is. Oh yeah, that might actually. No, I like it. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. See, this is really good. I love this. So what we should do actually, so if we have, if we get rid of this and have public. Of course we've got to do this at first, vector 2, and we just call this x, y coords, and then actually, you know what? Even though I'll need to I think we don't have an error message at this precise moment. I think we're kind of safe to exit. Because I can create it and then it will make a lot more sense. This is brilliant. The weird thing is this is properly next level stuff. I'm really genuinely thank you guys. This is awesome. Okay, so we want, I believe it's 8, right? So we decided 1 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. And that will be 1 minus 1. But then we want to do the sides as well, which should still work. Oh, whoa! Oh my gosh! Oh, congratulations! That's incredible! Oh, well played, man! Oh, I'm so jealous! Oh, that really, I tell you what, seriously well done, man. Oh, and so how long have you been there for, and how are you finding it? Oh no, it's not. Oh no, actually, I've done it wrong. That's up. think they're the key coordinates that we need. That's brilliant. Oh man, wow. So is there actually any particular like game that you are like working on? And is it Hearthstone? Or like, yeah, like, or is it, oh my god, it's just so cool. And I take it are you helping with the programming? Okay, right, sorry, I just got to work out. Right, so here we can actually have, even though this is going to create a bunch of error messages, we're going to have vector 2. I'll just have vec, that's fine. So vec dot x vec dot y vec dot x oh yeah, so we need to change all of that, but that's fine. We can now just go for int I equals 0, I less than xy coords dot length. Okay, and then oh my word, this is so much easier. Okay, so if tile exists. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Sorry. That's just really useful. This is brilliant. Coords I. Tile exists. Brilliant. Then we want to have if map tile hold on. Map tile scripts, this one. Map tile scripts. And now here's where it gets a little ugly, but this is fine. This is a perfectly fine trade-off. Dot x, no, dot x. And what I probably should do as well, now I think about it, you can have vector 2 ints, can't you? I'm going to just test it elsewhere. Public vector 2 int, yeah. I don't know if that's going to delete everything that we've just made, but let's find out. How is it spelled? Vector 2 int, yeah. Oh, whoa! Oh my gosh, that's even cooler! Well, I think, to be fair, like what Blizzard is kind of renowned for doing is, if you actually kind of add up the number of games that they've made, it's not that many, but they've just put an awful lot of effort into these games. But that's even more exciting. Oh yeah. That needs to be I dot y. So, oh yeah, if that dot occupied, then key int sprite plus equals. Now, how do you do mathf? Mathf dot f is raised, so that will be 2 to the power I. Right, it's not giving me. So is there actually a PAL version? No, it looks like we just need to turn it into an int, which is still fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now I need to stare at this for a little bit because that feels too easy. So now we can just get rid of all this. Okay. All right. It's like the thing is that's crazy is if I was to try and explain this to, I would say I genuinely think about 99.8% of the population, they would have no idea why I've got this power here. Right? It wouldn't make any sense. And the fact that I've got two people in my stream right now that are like, oh no, I'm fully. Here's a way of revolutionising it, making it even better. I was like, wow, this is incredible. Sorry, I really do appreciate his help. This is way cooler. Right. So I'm just like, I think that's all we need to do. So then we go. So we then say, because I think we can do something even smarter as well. So sprite to use equals get key sprite number, open brackets. Oh. Yeah, we still need the... Oh, no, hold on. Yep, I see what we've done. This needs to be... Yep, we've not quite got there. Hold on, let me just try and work this out. If tile exists... Yeah, we're very close. We're not quite there, because this is redundant, and we still do actually need this. We're close. I'm glad that I didn't go straight ahead. And that'll be map tiles. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm getting... Yes. Oh, yes. So I think because what yeah, vectors are floats. Yes, but what I've done is I've got a vector to int, which I think will just kind of like narrow it down to just being thing. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to be right back. I've just got to answer this door. I'll be right back. Ah, yes. Right, let's rock. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, yes. Right, sorry, I need to catch up. This is awesome. Yes. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, it's always good to have, like, clean code. I think I remember a particular time, it was actually, yeah, I think it was, like, last year or the year before, I was trying to make a function, and it had... I mean, quite literally about 20 different arguments. And and I was like, there's something seriously wrong with this. There needs to be a better way. So it's like, when I was trying to do it, it was literally just going like miles. It was like sort of 3 screen lengths worth of code. I was like, yeah. Oh, yes, right, okay. Oh, yes, now, for each... I like to avoid... there's no real reason other than I'm just not comfortable with exactly what it does. I have used it a few times, but like I think that's one of those times where I'm going to actually sit and really try and understand how for each actually works. Oh, hold on, that sounds good. So for each, so var, yeah. Okay, I might, yeah, like I'm not going to do that yet because that's just, yeah, because otherwise I'll be slightly lost. But it creates a variable that acts as an iterator. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, that does make a bit more sense. So this bit here is fine. If tile exists. Oh, yes, so what we need to do is go vector 2 coord equals xy coords I, and then coord plus equals coord dot x plus equals x, and coord dot y plus equals y. And then we can just put the coord if tile exists. Coord, and then I think that works. So now oh, that needs to be int, doesn't it? That's fine. And then here we just want to have coord. Right. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Right. Yes. Okay. So does that look any better? Because what we've done, we're getting our magical XY coordinates that we've made from earlier, right? Which should be, there should be 8 of them. So we're cycling through this bad boy 8 times, and on the first one, we're saying we're setting a whole new variable that we're going to call coord equal to that, and then plus equaling the x and the y respectively. To check that if the tile does exist, wicked, then we check to see if that particular map tile is occupied. If it is occupied, then we add 1 to this key sprite int. And because I've got 256, the highest number, given that it starts at 0 there, so 2 to the power 0 is 1, 2 to the power 2 is 2, and so 2 to the power 7, I believe, is 128. So if all of them are true, then we want a complete, full, filled-out land tile. So I think that's good. I think we're there. So now, from this point here, we have got this. So we're sorting this one out, but we're going to do something even smarter. And I'm going to, I think, so once we have done that, that is occupied and true, we then want to look at around the surrounding ones and update the sprite on all of those as well. So I think we have a separate function for that, which is going to be a bit confusing. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. So public void sort surrounding tiles. X. Oh yeah, of course. I think a lot of you are probably looking at the fact that I'm using int x and int y, and we could probably turn that into a coordinate. I probably should have done that as a coordinate straight away. Oh yes, yes, even more efficient. Yes, you are entirely right. I suppose that's the problem, is the whole man versus machine thing. It's like, that would be the literal most... I think I was actually watching a YouTube video where a particular guy was trying to work out a function where it could pick out 5 words that all have different letters in for the use of the game Wordle, right? And he created a function, and it took about a month for it to actually process and work. And then obviously people on his channel then came up with a more efficient method, and I think the method that someone came up with literally took less than like 1/10 of a millisecond. It was just like, boom, done. Here are 5 words instantly. And he utilised bytes rather than checking strings and checking letters and stuff. Because if you think about it, there's 26 letters. So if you have, is it 4 bytes or something, that would cover... well, 32. It slightly go over, but it was checking pure. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how he did it, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, so we might have to change where we've got int x and int y. At some point, we can probably change this to a vector 2 coordinate. I think we're quite close to doing this. So now So this shouldn't be too difficult. For xy coords dot length we want to vector 2int coord equals the more I look at it, it was dot high. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm going to get rid of these xy's at some point and just change it all to vector 2. That makes way more sense. I'm going to just kind of like, because I'm quite close to getting this sorted, so we want to check if this, so coord dot x. Yeah, oh god. Yeah. Okay, coord dot x plus equals x. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll change it at the end. Dot plus equals y. And then if tile exists coord. So this is checking all the tiles around it. And then also if oh yeah, we need this as well. Control C over here. If tile exists there, if map tile scripts coord.x coord.y dot occupy, because it can only create a tile, then we go map tile scripts dot map sr dot sprite equals yeah, I've got to put this in as well. How would I do that? I think we just need to have sprites to use here. Equals sprites to use get key sprite number. Oh, why does this feel so wrong? I think this still works. I haven't created an infinite loop here. This is definitely not the most... This isn't my finest hour. So what this is... The purpose of this is essentially to change all the tiles to update now this new one has been put in. Yes. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, because like the whole point, yeah, this tile exists is essentially to check for the map edges. Otherwise, it will throw an error message. So we're before we're doing anything to any of these map tile scripts, we're always checking that it does exist. So I think this is good. This is ugly, but I think. Let's just see if we've got any error messages as we go back to this land here. No, we haven't. Didn't even take very long to load. That's slightly concerning. Okay, so we've got this. This is set as land. We can probably make this camera just temporarily. I'm just going to move it. Oh, it's over here now. Okay, fair enough. Right, so it'd be somewhere in this middle here. That's fine. Okay. Okay, alright, that's a good start. I probably should have this on full screen. Maximised. No, okay, there's probably a good reason as to why that didn't work. let's try and work this out. So we haven't got the surrounding tiles anyway. Occupied equals. I guess that probably needs to be occupied first, and we need to sort surrounding tiles. X, comma, Y, comma, map tiles, and that'll be sprites to use. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't think we're there quite yet. So I think that actually that's interesting because I've always thought like because hexes actually work out like genuinely join together really nicely to make a decent sort of strategy, but using the system which I have to actually make a really good sort of hex-based tile system would just break my brain trying to work out. It's like the fact that I've had to make like 256 different tiles for this. If I was to suddenly make a sort of hexagon-shaped building, it'd just be like, this is going to be too hard. Right. So we haven't actually broken it, which is good. It's just not working the way that we intended it to work. So what we should do is actually, you know what? Let's go make life. So if we go get key sprite number over here, I always like to debug to see if debug.log. So I'm pretty sure this key sprite int. Let's find out what this number comes up, so then we can kind of know what it is. Right. So it should have. Oh. So we got one. Yeah, that makes sense. So, oh no, hold on. Of course, that should be 0. Oh, I'm an idiot. Right, what does this one come up with? So, yeah, it's also 0. So, I must have. I think what we do at this point, right, even though it's going to be a bit of a pain, I think we get rid of this XY nonsense and we just make all of these coordinates. So we're going to create a bunch of error messages, fix them all. Oh yes. Like I think that the difficulty with making hexagons rather than tiles is. I think that's a whole like extra level of confusion. It's kind of the equivalent of when I was making a 3D game for the first time, and I was like, oh no, there's a whole new dimension, and it's not quite the same, but it's kind of similar. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go. I'm going to actually delete these, create a bunch of error messages, and slowly fix it bit by bit. That's my sort of method of fixing these things. So we're going to have public vector2 int, and we'll just call this xyvec. Okay, and we're going to save that. This is going to create a bunch of error messages, but I'm okay with that. And here it's going to be public vector2 int xyvec. Okay, right, now I reckon I'm going to say there's 25 error messages. Oh, only 6. Okay, fair enough. But we just got to go through it one by one, and I think we're going to fix. So what we should do is say vector dot xy vec equals new vector2 int ij. Done. Right, boom, done. Okay, let's just cycle through. We're down to 2, but it feels like it's more than that. So here, right, this is going to create some more stuff. We're actually going to go we're going to have this as an argument, x, y, vec. That's fine. Right, how many has that created? Oh, only one. That's all good. Oh yeah, of course, because we need to go to this, go to definition. Because I think this will be a bit painful for the time being, but it will make sense eventually. Vector 2 int x, y, vec. I think. Okay, so now. So it's only at this point where it's a little bit awkward. I don't suppose I can do this, can I? Let's just experiment. Let's go find out. X, Y, vec. No. Wouldn't that be really nice? That'd be a really nice, convenient thing to do. But that's fine. It's fine. Because if you think it's two integers that need to go in there, I was thinking maybe I could just put in that, but that's fine. Dot x, comma, x, y, vec, dot y. Now over here, we're going to change this to vector 2 int x, y, vec, and here we go. Yep, that's still fine. But yeah, we needed to do that anyway. So here we want to just change this to you need to create a lot of chaos in order to to get it to work. Is so vector 2 int x, y, vec, and then we just slowly but surely. So this coord here should just be that plus x, y, vec, and then we can just get rid of that. Okay, right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully by the end of this we'll still have the same problem, but it'll look a little nicer. Okay, this one still works, no problem. Okay, so there we want to have coord equals that plus x, y, vec, and then get rid of that. Now I want to just check. Oh, that's probably. This is probably why. That is wrong, I think. Yeah, this might be where we were actually struggling before, but let's find out. X, Y. No, actually, that's just coord. Okay, right. Let's see how many error messages we've got left. Right, we go crack open some cold coffee of some description. Barista. Right, okay, we currently don't. I want to just see if we're still. Let's just see let's see where we're at. Let's see if we're creating an error message. Okay, no. So at the moment, this number is still remaining 0. So let's think. Tile exists. So let's just see. Yeah, because we've got to kind of work out, because it feels like this is never accessed. So yeah, this requires quite a bit of thought, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Okay, how good is this coffee? So I think what we probably need to do is for the time being, I think this is adding a bit more confusion than we need to. So we're going to bring this back in a sec. So get the sprite number. So what we're actually checking is if the XY coordinate, so the coord is that plus these XY coordinates. So what we actually need to check as well is, oh, wait a sec, hang on. I think I might have created something. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. I think I know what the problem is. Oh, ha ha. Right. Okay, I think we found I mean, that's quite impressive. That's genuinely impressive, right? What we're seeing here are, to me, completely random numbers. This is where we're struggling. All right, this is definitely one aspect where we're struggling. So the first one is upright, so 1 and 1. The next one is right down, so 1 and -1. This one here is, yes, okay, I'm actually pretty excited. I think this might be it. This will be -1, -1. This one will be -1, 1. This one, X, is going to be 0, 1. Then we want 1, 0. And then down is 0, -1. Yes, it is diagonal. You are entirely right. And I'm glad you've asked, because what we've actually got here, I can actually show you. This is in the path, for example. If I could actually ever, so we've got 16. So here are the first 16 tiles, and then the next 16 tiles. All right. And like these, at this precise moment, these are identical pictures. Why would you have 16 of the same picture? This is where the inefficiency goes from. But the moment that you get a corner like this, right, there's a chance if, like, let's say you got this tile here, and the top bit and the right bit are occupied, right, then... Now, it's quite hard. I don't think I can zoom in enough. No, I can't. It's not letting me. But you can see there's a little black bit there and not a black bit there, right? And so, essentially, the first digit of the binary is working out whether the top right corner is there. That's why it's like, when it comes to making paths, I think part of what I like about this is, even though it's probably not the most efficient method, it is what I would consider the most logical method. So it actually deals with every corner, and obviously this is only going to occur if the one above it, the one to the right of it, and the one upright of it is occupied, and then you've got it covered. But there's probably better ways of doing that. But right, anyway, and so it's left, so -1 and 0. So okay, I probably. Right. Okay. Oh, I think we're there. I think we got it, boys. We just need to get rid of this. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm excited. This is good. Okay. Right there. Okay. And so I can put some more over here. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? If I do this, right, what should be happening is, like, I can't really zoom in to show you. In fact, I might be able to. The bit that we're really looking at is, see this, like, little black bit there, right? If I was just doing 16 tiles, there would still be a black square there, whereas if I do this now, it completes the whole thing. Yes. I like. So this is brilliant. Like, because the thing is so I'll let you know. I work in a hospital, right? And obviously that's the thing. I'm working, like, essentially I don't work with other coders, right? And so if ever I was to, like, try and explain, it's like, do you know how important it is that black square that actually goes? It's like a lot of people be like, oh, I don't really understand what the fuss is. Like, no, trust me, this is incredible. So one slight issue that I'm looking at, and this is only this is a kind of a sort of a luxury issue, is I want a black pixel there. I think I just made it wrong, but that's okay. Check this out. Brilliant. Okay, so we now have basic tile generation. Okay, so now I need to, and I don't know if I can do this. What I want to do is make it so that right mouse button deletes the tile. I think I've got a backhanded method of doing it. Yeah, it's actually quite an easy method of doing this. Okay, we're going to do a cheating method. We're going to do a cheating method of working this out. So we're going to have Q as our main number. So Control MO. So where we've got create map segment, comma bool, create tile. Okay, that should be good. And then this one here, I'm going to rename this to change map tile. Okay, now equals create tile. Then we just want to go if create tile, then we do that. We still sort out the surrounding tiles regardless. Okay, and then here's where it gets really cheeky. Oh yeah, so we're going to have if input dot get key. Now it's not get key down, it's get key. Key code. Right, any random letter of the alphabet. Yes, you are entirely right. Yes. By the way, I am 100% on board with you. That's what I love about coding. Like, so even though we haven't utilized it, I've got two big heavy bits of code that I keep with me from game to game, and they have evolved and got better as time's gone on. But I never have to really worry. It's like I've rigidly tested them so much that I know they work, and it's just nice that I can always just go back to. Yeah, I'm completely in agreement with you, Hans. Key code dot. Let's say we can have space. Okay. Oh, actually, let's do one better. Huh. Let's do one better. Sorry, this is probably most coders would have just seen this already, but comma. Although that doesn't quite work because I think we need to put an exclamation mark there. So I don't know. This might be. So what is the MMO? By the way, do feel free to. I need to whitelist you. I need to work out. I can't remember if you're in the whitelist, but yeah, yeah. So don't put any links quite yet. But yeah, if you do have any, let me just Control C. Yeah. Yeah, if you've got any links, do feel free to put them out. Yeah. Oh, nice. Because MMO, that is a massive commitment. Like, whenever I think of MMO, I obviously I instantly go to World of Warcraft and I think, wow. I mean, yeah, sure. I think you should have been whitelisted now, so you can put out links without too much problems. So I think that's what we're after. So now let's see if I can. My creation tool is right. Let's have a look. Sorry. Right. Oh yeah. Oh all right. Oh sorry. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh wow! So you're actually properly like using Unity and stuff. Oh wow! I won't be able to watch the full thing, but this is really cool. Gee, so like out of interest, do you where do the assets? Oh yeah, you just get the assets. Is it like Unity Asset Store? Because this looks incredible, by the way. And is the game released? Wow, hold on, is this what's going on here? This looks cool. Yeah, so is this actually like a proper online, like you're playing with other people online? Right. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It looks really good though. I think because it feels like, I mean, like obviously it feels like you've been doing coding for a long time, because this is just insane. Right, anyway, I probably better head back to it, but this is absolutely like, it's like so many, like it's absolutely crazy that I'm meeting coders that are just so many like head over heels, like better, like more knowledgeable. Right, okay, hold on. So, okay, so holding space down. Not quite. That's because that did actually almost work, but what we need to do is if create tile and then else Control C, Control V equals null. Okay, so now we should be able to, while we're holding space down. I mean, like in my head, I always see MMOs as that should be the sort of the magnum opus as far as games go. It's like I wouldn't have the bravery to make an MMO. That's just like so much like work, so many variables, so many things you got to think about. Right. Okay. So we got this. Boom. Yes, let's go. One thing which I should mention is the fact that pixel doesn't quite mix up. Is going to be eating at me, at my self-conscious. I'm going to be staying up late at night, genuinely never being able to sleep because I haven't got that single black pixel there. But that's okay. Right, so if I did this and then went space there, we've got that, and we're still haunted by these pixels that haven't been sorted. But that's okay. Oh yes. Oh wow. Right, so we're now let's have a look. Right, so we have kind of started the very early versions of us being able to make a map. Now what I kind of want to do is let's do something which I don't know if it's necessary. It's just always like having a black background, maybe pure blue, like something. I just hate that default color. It always just frustrates me. Yeah, so let's go zoom back out. So so we've got this. I also kind of want to make it so that you can hold the mouse button down and it will then sort of drag on to the next which yeah, anyway, right, that's a good start. Now what we want to do oh, brilliant. Oh, quality. And I mean, out of interest, and you can completely say no here, is the code anywhere similar to what I'm using here, or is it a completely different a different kettle of fish? Because you can see roughly like the route that I've gone down. Yeah, I mean, as it is, I had already done code similar to this when making Rumpletown, because all of the islands on Rumpletown are actually sort of randomly formulated together, but it was rushed. Now that we've actually suddenly me entirely on my own came up with the Vector 2 idea. No, it wasn't me. It was basically both of you guys, Alex and Hans. I've got you to thank for that. Seriously, since now I've got such a more efficient method. I mean, like, that's just brilliant. Right. So, we can now work on making... oh, yes. Right. Okay. So, I've got another rather comical... in fact, I might be able to... What's the easiest way of doing this? Right. I know what I'm doing. This is going to seem a little weird. Right. What we've got... if I close over here... right, I just want to I want to make sure I've got this correct. So I'm going to go into here. Actually, it's not there. It's so if we go into this one, so there's a particular bit of code which again I'm stealing because it was great. It worked really well in Rumpletown, and I'm just going to take it. And it's rather comically named. Is it here? Oh no, maybe I can't find it. No, where has it gone? Could be here. Okay, right. So what I'm looking for, I've made a script that's called not Unity UI script. Yes, this is the one. Right, okay. So now I think I can just drag this over onto here. Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay, now, what this does is it completely negates the need to ever use Unity UI because I don't like Unity UI. So if we go into the camera and we chuck this bad boy on, and we'll edit this script just so we can have a look at it. I've got to remember exactly how it works. One thing that's useful about this is you can just get the camera into a particular position without too much issue. And how do we actually move it again? Can't remember how to do it now. Anyway, this is something that I did definitely need to do at some point. Well, I think so. That's a really good question, right? So, yeah. What am I? I understand. Yes, that is true. I would like. I think it's kind of the same reason that I don't really want to make a physics-based any game that requires physics in my game. It's because I don't when I'm coding, I think I'm a little bit too much of a sort of control freak in that I want to know like kind of why everything works. And so whenever you're relying on like Unity physics, even though apparently even now it's got like the best physics engine, like it doesn't, when I was actually trying to make a game a little while ago where I was, it's a really basic 3D platformer, and I wanted to make sure that if I was running this character into a wall, he would stop, and he would kind of stop, but then if you kept running, it would just clip through, and and I was like, I don't know how to fix that because I'm relying on essentially like code which I don't fully grasp. So it's like it's the same reason I'm not using Unity UI. Well, actually, no, that's a whole separate story altogether. But the essential reason is I want to know exactly why everything is happening the way it is. And I always just worry that it's like if I use the Unity tile system, it won't, it's like if I have an error with it, it's just like that's it. You can't fix it. You've just got to hope someone on the internet knows how it works, and then whereas now I've like created, so it's like with Rumpletown, pretty much I haven't relied on Unity apart from for obviously to actually have the base, but I haven't relied on like physics or anything. Ah, yeah. So I mean, like, what the way which I essentially like, because yeah, the story with the Unity UI is I couldn't work out a consistent way of when you have a certain object for it to appear in a particular place. Like I, yeah, and like when I released the game on mobile, even though I checked all the screens and it came up that it was at the right place on all these different screens, when the game was released and someone actually downloaded it on certain phones, a particular button essentially appeared on top of another button and it was impossible to press. And I was like, no, you know what? Even though it's probably something really simple that needs fixing, Unity UI, get out of here. I'm going to create my own Unity UI is essentially the story. But the way that this one works is you have like you can just attach stuff, and it will still be able to scale with the like if you zoom in and out, it will still be able to scale. So what we should do, so we've got this cam trans. Upon map creation, I want let's go create blank map. What we kind of want to do is go where we want it to be like essentially not Unity UI master script dot instance dot change auto size in one click to I think we just want it to be whatever the Y is, so that way it covers everything. And then we also want to not Unity. I don't actually know if this will work because it might have other things that are dependent on it. We might need to just physically move it to whatever x plus y, x over 2 plus y over 2, I think. So not Unity UI master script dot instance dot oh, do we not have? Oh, I've got it. It's private. I think we could just make that public. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we actually get it attached. So let's just make it public. So dot camtrans dot position equals new vector 3 x over 2 y over 2. We don't even need that. Actually, no, we do need that. We do need that, and that needs to be minus 10. I think. Right. So hopefully, even though we won't really be able to see it, we should have a perfectly scaled picture where it sort of zooms out enough that where's the top? Okay, feels like I feel like I've made it a bit too big. I have. I think I needed to make it half the size. So it's y over 2, I guess. So let's just give that a shot. I think it's because the ortho size is the number of x and y each way. So, and unless I'm mistaken, okay, that works well. That works pretty well. We can actually, I just kind of want to check to see if, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so what we kind of want to do now is check that like there's no tiles underneath there and there's no tiles above there. So all of this is fine. We just need to go like plus 0.5. I think that just gives a bit of a sort of border. And to make life a little bit easier, so that we know where we're editing, we can just put a little square. So that's good. We've got a little border there, and yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is the opening part of actually creating the, creating our map. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, well, I kind of feel bad. What about if I just make a smiley face, man? With a no, I'm not. Like I think, like I generally try to make my streams a bit more PG. However, part of me still wanted to do that. Part of me was still, still felt like I needed to do that. Right. Okay. Right. So now we want the. So what we're going to kind of work on is the ability to, if you hold the mouse button down, it will then. So I think it'll be on this one here. So, comma, I pointer enter handler. And then we can actually use a bit of this code, not all of it, but some of it. I pointer enter. If input dot get mouse button 0. Is it going to be that simple? Let's go find out. So that should mean that I can now kind of I don't need to individually click on each one. I can just drag over. Actually, I'll tell you what. Has any what's it called? Did anyone ever watch Silicon Valley? It's an American comedy, I guess. I suppose it's not quite a sitcom, but it is an American comedy. And the last joke of the first series. Oh yeah, imagine one of the best penis jokes, literally ever. It's like half of the last episode is entirely devoted to one incredibly good joke. Oh my god, okay, that's even one better. Oh, check that out. Right, okay. Now, does the space button work? Oh wow, this is quite satisfying. Okay, now. You know what, I'm pretty proud of this. This is pretty good. I like this. Okay, right. So we are because what I kind of want to do is create the maps. Yeah, yeah. I remember that literally, kind of as in I was struggling to breathe, and the joke literally just continues to go for like half of the episode, and it just gets funnier and funnier. What about girth? It's oh, absolutely brilliant. Right. I'm so glad you knew you understood the reference. Yeah, because the thing is, I enjoyed the TV show. I think it is very good. But when you just think that is almost like what I would consider pinnacle humour. That is just the best. Oh, it's just so funny. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dear me. It's just so good. Right. Okay. So we are. Right. So now we've just got to do the same for path and buildings. Let's work on that now. So we've just got a kind of current tile type. Okay, so this will be path tile, and that'll be, I think we're going to call it grey path sprites, and this will be Building map tiles. This will be, I will say purple. Building sprites. So now we just need to kind of do the same. We need to get hold of the stuff. So let's go. I probably should be doing one at a time, but oh yeah, path. What am I getting wrong here? Oh yeah, that needs to be. Yeah, this is just getting the sprites together. Equals resources dot load all sprites, and that'll be purple building sprites. Okay, so now we just need to fill these bits in, and then we just keep going. So let's go copy this path. I'm really happy actually that I have managed to create this. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take. And obviously, like, it turns out there was some really good optimizations, which has been really helpful. So we've got the sprites now. We just need to, the way which I kind of quite often, whenever I want to do something that's almost exactly the same as everything else, I'll just go find all references. So there and there. And then we just now need to go case map tile type dot path break, and then we can copy some of this. Let's go. And that will be building. I don't know. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. So that will be path map tiles. So hopefully once we've got all this sorted, we can then actually start making a vague kind of like overworld map. That will be grey path tile sprites. Building map tiles. So that's that bit done. We now just need to do find all the references here. I think this is going to be a bit more of a complicated one. So now let's start right. No. Yeah, start the bottom. Okay, so now we need to do the same here. But this will be path tiles. Sorry, I'm sort of mumbling slightly. And this one is going to be 10. So the idea is going to be land, path goes on top of land, and buildings go on top of everything else for the time being. So all of this is fine. And building map tiles. Oh yeah, that one. Oh no. I've got something wrong here. No, I see what I've done. Path. No. I've got to type it all out like a stooge or a buffoon. Okay, there we go. So that is everything we need there. And now we just want to have this as building map tiles. Okay, that needs to be building. This at the moment isn't actually needed. Technically we don't need this, but it just makes sense to keep it because I just feel it will be useful later on. So this one needs to be 15. I kind of want to make enough space because one thing that's going to be interesting is I want to deal with the fact that if a character is in front of a building, it's going to be in front of it on the map. But if it walks around the back of the building, it's going to go behind it. And I know that's quite a difficult thing to actually do. I remember that really kind of like giving me a headache. I was like, how do all these games on the SNES, how does Zelda deal with this? It's like when you actually have a sort of character that goes in front and behind. It's like, oh, it's just... so that's good. Right, so now... we want to have yes, okay. Now let's find out more. Find all references. So 1, 2. So that is giving us grief there. I'll find out why. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine, and over here. Okay. So, in theory, this should work out. I just don't know why that's got dots on it. What do these dots mean? It feels like there's something wrong with this one. Let's just ignore the dots for the time being. So all we really need to do, we'll have a quick way of doing this, but let's go make this just a little bit bigger, and then we go on focused, and then we press play. So now we can create as much map as we like, right? And then if we go on to map creation and we change this to path. There we go. So that's the path that we could make. And then if we wanted to go buildings, let's just check this actually. No, so yeah, play focus maximized. So yeah, we can actually make buildings like this. I know it doesn't look super great, but that's, yeah, so now we can actually start creating a proper... Oh yes! That's rock! JLEQ Gaming, how's it all going? Nice, thanks so much for stopping by, this is awesome. So, we're slowly but surely working on an overworld map for the game. And we've got this far so far. Yeah, new project, let's rock! You're getting to see the very early stages. And there's actually a couple of little more things I want to check. So if we go back to path. Oh yeah, no, that looks okay. Okay, yeah. And so the we've just worked out like so that you can kind of like it kind of goes on top and everything. That's where we're sort of going. So now we can actually probably start making our game, our actual like first map. Sorry, at the moment, and also I can do this. So I just kind of need an easy way of. So there's two big things that we need to do. Number one, have a nice easy way of cycling between buildings, path, and land. And then a way of actually saving all this data, and which we'll get to, I'm sure. Oh wow! Anyway, JLEQ, so what you been up to? How's it all rocking? we're making some good progress here. Right, so what we need now is just a simple way of swapping. Maybe I should even have, you know what? Let's go one better, and we're going to go create a 2D object sprite, square. Oh yeah. Oh, I like it. I like it. What I'm actually thinking, I'm going to do something slightly simpler and probably slightly more basic. I'm going to give this this bad boy, this sprite, and I kind of want this one to just swap between each thing as you click it. So this will be we'll have this map tile type selection button. That's quite wordy, isn't it? Tile type selection button, because I also like to have game object. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this one will essentially swap between path, land, and everything else. Oh yeah. Oh wow. So and how's the progress going overall in Hex Racer? By the way, yes. Right. I am terrible at this, but like I'd love to say I've got the links at hand, but I don't at all. But do feel free to put Hex Racer on the. Let's see if I can find it. Let's have a look. That's Rumpletown. Hold on. Ah, yes, that makes life a lot easier for me. Here we go. Right, now this game is absolutely awesome. Let's see if I can get a bit of a full screen without the thing. Yes. So this is one of those games where it gets incredibly competitive. It's even got a PvP element to it, and I would thoroughly recommend it. If you haven't wishlisted it, go for it, do it. It's absolutely awesome. Yeah, absolutely love this game. I went to Insomnia with Lakia, and we were showcasing this game, and it was brilliant. Absolutely awesome. Oh, absolutely love it. All right. So, like, yeah, like I've got. I was going to say the. There's been so like the level of skill, like, you know, it's like I think in this channel at the moment the programming skill is kind of like like above 9,000. It's like like got absolutely. This is just, yeah. I feel like, you know, it's like when I think like like say 20, 30 years from now, people will be like, oh, there was actually one time a channel where we had all of the great programmers in one channel at the same time. And that's how it feels right now. It's like watching a streamer who was only quite good, you know. Right, so we've got this button here, and what we can do is, let's go give it a bit of code so it can do the thing that we want it to do. And maybe what we should do, let's do one better. I don't think it'll be too much of a pain. We're actually going to change these tiles to, I think, I can rename it. I will do rename, yeah. So this will be green land. This will be renamed to grey path, and this will be renamed to purple building. Okay, right, so that way I think that will just make life a bit easier later on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, like basically, I had a way of doing something which I genuinely thought most people looking at how I was doing something would see it as a complete foreign language, whereas Hans not only knew how to do it, but actually found a way more efficient method of doing it. And it's like, so it's been awesome. Right, so first of all, let's go give this a 2D box collider 2D. And we want to give it some code. So scripts, map creation, create, C# script, tile type selection button script. Okay, tile type selection button script. I know that's a bit wordy. So now we want to give it all the things so that we can click on it. So that'll be using Unity Engine .event systems, comma I pointer down handler. Sounds good. Void public void on pointer down. At some point, like, the only reason I have this as an argument because it doesn't work otherwise. I'll find out what all this means at some point. But at the moment, I've never had any need for it, so it's like, no, don't question it. So now we're going to go. Let's go. This is going to be a basic thing. What we'll do actually, we'll have the coding on this map creation script. Control MO, swap current tile type, public. Actually, let's go do a sprite. Public sprite swap tile swap current tile type, switch current tile type, and then actually right here we're going to have sprite returning sprite equals null. Right, switch current tile type. Case map tile type dot Greenland break turning sprite equals Greenland sprites 0, and oh no, actually we wanted to go to the next one, don't we? So we're going to still use that, that's fine. Case map tile type dot grey path building so current tile equals current tile type equals. So yeah, this is a quite a basic way of doing this, but this is fine still. Grey path, and we want that one. We want the returning sprite. Returning sprite equals grey path sprites 0. So this way we can just cycle through and sort of make things as we go. Because what I do want to do, I want to have like a basic level, like some sort of basic sort of overworld map. Oh yes, sorry, I do apologise. Yes, it is. I'll move it slightly further away. It's my friends. I'm going to be. Yeah, I think I'm going to be playing a computer game of some sort this evening, and it's my my mates that are just sort of texting back and forth. I do apologise. It was my phone. Sorry. Yeah. I suppose if I was really committed to the bit, I'd be like, no. No, I've... my phone rings. It doesn't even vibrate. So, you know, it could have been anything. No, but it was. It was... sprites and... Why have I got this so wrong? Green goes to path of Greenland. Let's see if I got this right. So you tap on the green and then it swaps to path. That goes over there. That changes to that. We're obviously going to go returning sprite. Then that goes back to there. That seems fine. But let's go one better and we'll actually create it at the top left. With our very, very trusty, our trusty bit of code. So I'm going to have public game object. And what did I call it again? Tile type selection button game object. And then we're going to go awake. Over here, we're going to go tile type selection button go equals resources dot load game object, and then let's go find the thing. So now we kind of want to I've given it that bit of code there, prefabs, map stuff. Chuck this in here, get rid of this, then we copy this path, chuck this over here, okay, so we now got access to it, and what we should do is have, oh, we haven't even got a thing, have we? So void wrong with that. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted. Right, okay, good. So sprite renderer tile no, we just have button SR and then button SR equals get component there. Okay. Right. That probably needs to be public, doesn't it? It doesn't actually technically need to be public, but yeah. So now we can just go button sr dot sprite equals map creation script dot instance dot why do I never forget? Or why do I never remember? Swap current. Why do I never remember the function name? Right, swap current tile type. Okay, easy. Right. Swap current tile type. Okay, so that should work, but we haven't created it yet, and we're going to use our ingenious skills. So when we're creating the blank thing, we've then set the position at this point. So now we want to go not Unity UI master script dot instance dot attach from the corner, and I think let's go get the transform now. So transform button trans equals instantiate tile type selection button go dot get component transform. Okay, now we want to have button trans. We can make this cleaner a bit later. So here is where we want to kind of work out exactly. I want it to be in the top left, and so we provided the x is so new vector 2. Provided the x is positive, it means it's going from the left, moving right. So let's just try, say, 2.0f, and we want it to go top left. So it's actually, so the y, provided it's minus, means we can do that. That might be in a bit deep. I think that might be all we need to do. Right, is this going to work? Oh yeah, we probably better set it to the green one to begin with. So let's go. So this bad boy here, and we have got a button collider. Right. Okay, is this going to work? So now it's on green, it's making this. And then when it's on path, we're doing this. Okay, and then building, we can have a nice building somewhere in the middle here. And then we can go back to path. Okay, right. Okay, that's quite good. Right, so now what I kind of want to do, now I might be, I'm worried that I might actually get suddenly, I don't know if this is actually a good idea, but I like the idea that once I've created a map, I want to save each map onto a a scriptable object that's going to be like each sort of map thing. So I've got to kind of work out. I've got to remember scriptable objects again, and that might be a little bit awkward. But let's go work that out. So you know what? Before we actually make a scriptable object, let's just make a script of what we actually want. So I think there's going to be, if I go create a folder, which will be like some SO stuff, and then we'll work it out. We'll kind of work it out from there. Create C# script. Yeah, I just can't remember the exact rigmarole, the actual steps you need to do to make a scriptable object. Oh, I will remember, but But let's just make the script that we actually want. Map individual layer class. Let's stick with that for the time being. So let's go into this. So this doesn't need to be mono behavior now. We can get rid of that. And what we need is, I believe, just a bunch of booleans. So we're going to have, first of all, a public map tile type. Map tile type underscore. And then a public bool. We just call it map bools. And the other thing that we need, I did this earlier actually, because I'm pretty sure, right? Is it like C++? You have this on the other side. Anyway, I might be wrong. Either way. Oh no, I've just, okay, we're okay. Map bools, and we also want to have public int sorting order. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be like slightly vast. So this is the first segment that we need. and we basically just need multiple layers of this. So I think, is that all the things that we need? So that's going to be basically saying what sprite are we using. This is going to be like what's going to be in front of whatever, and that's going to be the balls that are actually filled out. Okay, so that's good. Oh, there's a way. Hold on. I think is it serializable, so you can actually look at this. No, anyway, we'll worry about that later. Don't worry. I've got to remember how to do scriptable objects. So create C# script full map SO. And yeah, and it obviously brings me up to there because that's what I wanted. Right, here we go. And then this, yeah, I can't remember how we make a scriptable object, but we'll get there. This will just simply be public. It could be an array of map individual class. Map layers. So I think this is mostly what we need to do, and we would just need to, when we press a button somewhere on here, it will just be like save this into a particular scriptable object, which shouldn't be too hard. But that might be, you know, I'm trying to think. I think that's. I don't think it's particularly difficult, but I don't know if I think I've used quite a lot of brain power so far. I might be struggling slightly. I think I'm flagging. Right. So that's fine. So we've got that there. We just need to kind of turn that into a scriptable object, because I like the idea that we can kind of create multiple scriptable objects. These are the different maps. And we can select, like at the moment I've just got land, path and buildings and purple buildings, but we can always change, we can always just choose what ones we want for each thing. So I think, yeah, it doesn't make an awful lot of sense right now, but yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll see how we go. So right, let's go. But yeah, so once we've actually got all of this, I can create my own. I'll be able to create my own map, my overworld map. There is a chance that like I might use the mechanics similar to this in the actual games as well, because at the moment this is just a very, very fancy way of being able to get from one. So yeah, kind of like, yeah, sort of path going like that to sort of start with. Yeah, I haven't really worked out. It's just like I'm looking forward to just kind of making a nice sort of way of creating the map and then saving it. I tell you what I'll probably do, just because my focus has probably gone slightly. I'm probably going to call it here because I'm exhausted. But this has been an absolutely awesome stream, and thank you everyone. But also I've got to say, Hans and Alex Simi, like the bits of coding that you've done that you actually helped me with, like the whole concept of using like just a 2D. Vector 2 int rather than using just a series of ints has been just absolutely, it's been brilliant. I'm not sure what I'm drawing here. I need to work out how to actually save it, which shouldn't be too difficult. I also kind of want to make it so that you can't put path over land or something, but I'll worry about that later. Right, anyway, I'm going to have a little look as to see who I can raid. Let's have a look. Who have we got? Ah. Oh, yes. Oh, there he is. There's the man. So, this guy here is... he's been really helpful. He actually helped like support my stream. He raided me earlier. /raid And if ever you wanted to chill and watch some guinea pigs, this is the absolute. This is the #1 stream to go for. Anyway, this is just relax and chill. Thank you very much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys a bit later.